Bonjour! Hey buddy, back with me Hans Lango, Paul's food blogger's friend, but I'm now here not as a food blogger because I want to walk you through the time. The independence of Indonesia is also approaching. Well, the streets and buildings are teeming with red and white, and also I want to take you back in time because here we will be welcomed with the daughters of one of Indonesia's founding fathers, Muhammad Hatta. We will talk to them about how the value of Bung Hatta is actually shared within the family, and also why I'm wearing this particular pattern, because this is from eastern Indonesia, eastern part of Indonesia, because Bung Hatta was exiled in the eastern part of Indonesia, and we will see how that period of time was actually influenced his view about Indonesians' diversity to be united in one. So, for the next 1 hour, buddy, we will have special talk with the family of Muhammad Hatta. This is Buddy Talk Special, Red and White of Hatta's family. Good afternoon, Ibu Mutia. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you
Very
so
well,
much for
Hans.
having me in your house.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Can I
to
come
see
in?
you. Yes, of course,
Sure.
please.
Ibu,
Yeah.
it is an honor to be in the presence of the daughter of Muhammad Hatta, one of the Indonesians' proclamator, as we all might say.
I'm also pleased on behalf of my family. Let us go
Oh, yes, please.
inside.
So, this is the house
Yes.
where Bung Hatta used to accept guests, wasn't it?
Yes.
I see. So, where are we now?
This is the front main room. Usually he received guests from there, but now we put it
From this
from there,
door.
from door.
From this
yes,
door.
Yes.
I see.
In formal guests,
Formal guests.
but now we have different kind of arrangement.
Oh yeah, from
Yeah.
a different setting.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this particular painting had my attention at first when I walked into this house. When was this painted?
It was in 1957.
1957. So
Yeah.
your father was still the vice president.
Yeah, already. No, the painting starts when he was still the vice president, but it comes to our house. Pak Basuki Abdullah, you know, the
Basuki
famous.
Abdullah painted this?
Yes, yes.
Wow. So the features of your father was actually pictured here perfectly.
Yeah. Especially his dignity is shown here.
Yeah. I have to say so. I have to
Yes.
say so.
Yeah. Let us go to the other room.
Oh, the other room?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
There's
Sure.
where
Please, after you, Ibu.
Yeah. The other room. This is my sister.
Hello.
Yeah,
How are you?
Gamala.
I'm good. Ibu, how are
Nice
you?
meeting you.
And you.
Pleasure to meet you.
It's actually an honor for me to be here.
Thank you so much.
So this, according to Bu Mutia, this was the room where he used to accept guests,
Yes.
ambassadors, and also lots of officials. Was there any favorite guests?
Favorite
Ali
guest.
Ali Buto?
Ali Buto, yes,
sat
but
there.
he sat
He was
there.
in the living room.
He sat in the living room.
Yeah.
Ali Buto.
Because
Yeah.
he has some entourage. Some people
I
accompanied
see.
him.
I see.
So it's more freer over there than here.
Yeah. This is the book. We just saw the book, the painting of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
1957 when
Oh, so this is actually the painting that we just saw.
yeah,
Yes.
1957 Basuki
This is
Abdullah
the
painted.
dignity in his face.
I know. I can see that.
Yeah.
This
So
is
my
very
father was
beautiful.
here, and then
He stands
he
here,
stood there.
become the.
How do you know
Model.
that it was actually at the time when he was still vice president?
Yeah, the
No,
outfit.
there's no.
The outfit.
The outfit.
He resigned on the 1st of December
Yeah.
1956. So
1956.
this is 1 year after
Yeah,
he
no.
resigned.
I mean, this is already become a painting, but because he started in 6, and this is the last one.
Oh, this is
the
the
brushing up.
finishing.
touch.
The
Yeah,
finishing
brushing up.
touch.
For
Yeah.
57.
Oh, 2 years.
No.
2 years
It is
preparation.
written-
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So, this room radiates to me because
This is this
look at
dining,
this.
I mean,
This whole thing.
writing table.
This is the writing table.
Yeah, this is the Deliar Nur
Yeah.
wrote the book about him in the political biography, but he wrote a book which is the resource to
The
this
resource
book.
to this book.
Yeah, in this table.
In this table. So actually, a lot of things are still preserved how it was.
Yes.
And also, I can see how Bung Hatta kept his integrity as a countryman, not only as a government officials, but also, I should say, one of the founding fathers of Indonesia. So, the story about his integrity resonated far away. Is that really true that it also enforced in the family? Like even to the small details?
Yeah, actually at that time I was in Australia, and then I was trying to write a letter to my father, but then I got no envelope. I was working part-timer at the Indonesian consulate in Sydney.
I see.
And then apparently I forgot to bring my own envelope from home. I mean, I'm living at the dorm, nurse department. So I was staying there, and then so I took one envelope only from the desk of that office, that part-time office of me, that's my consul general. And when I put stamps on that, and then I delivered to my father, and then my father didn't like it. And then he wrote a letter back to me. At the end, he said, I don't like you using the envelope from the government because it's not what you spend it, because I got it. So I should pay, I should buy it.
So that was from
Yeah.
the people of Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember she told me before that she has a friend, and the friend said, if you use the envelope of the embassy or the
Consulate
consulate general, then it will
Safely.
received by your father very promptly, because at that
Very
time
soon.
very
Yeah.
sooner.
Sooner than
Yeah.
Because it's
usual
an official letter.
Yeah, official letter.
Sounds like, it looks like an official
But
letter.
because at that time this situation is like that in this country, when it's government letters,
like a
when-
priority,
yeah,
priority from the postal office.
So you have the symbol of the country or from the consul general that
Yeah.
were get through very
yeah,
promptly.
like express.
Like express.
Yeah, but our father didn't like it.
So was this also include the daughters could not
Of course.
ride the the official car
Yeah.
of Vice President?
Oh yes, it's a must already. When we were still young, it's already known by us that we should not go into the car.
17845. That's the plate number of the car.
7845.
And kakak
Yes.
cannot use that car.
Because that is the official car.
Yeah.
Official car.
So how did you commute back then?
But that's okay. We don't feel regret at all.
Did you go on foot or did you
Oh,
go by
we have,
beca?
If it is possible, yes. But we have our grandfather's car. We can use one car is available for all the family, but not
Not that particular car.
yes.
Not that particular car.
Unless we are with parents.
Oh,
Even though-
that is logical.
Yeah, Indonesia too is not for the child.
Not for the family at
only
all.
only husband and wife.
Only husband and
If
wife.
my mother is also have something.
Some
Official.
business, some
Official.
official business to take care
Yes,
of.
yes.
All right. So this kind of attitude, this kind of integrity, what do you think was the background of this kind of attitude of your father? I mean, looking at our current condition and also our current situation, lots of government officials are actually, being privileged
Yeah.
in that sense. Why did your father not using this kind of situation for his own benefit?
Benefit? No, he didn't want to
But
be.
what I
different.
can say that he really didn't like that because it's already built in his soul that it's not his own. So it's not allowed the family using the same thing. So it's forbidden.
So if
Because
your
his government's, like the
Government.
letters,
So, from the point of view of the daughter, if your father was still to be here, what would he say about this kind of situation? Currently about lots of government officials using the countries or the states.
Property.
Budget,
yeah.
the state's property for their
Yeah.
own benefit.
Action. Yeah, he should. He would write a
Letters.
letter of protest to the president.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
parliament.
To the
No,
parliament.
president.
To the president. So
Yeah.
he could actually write personally
Yeah.
to the president. So, buddy, we've seen quite some things to learn about here just by looking and also just by talking briefly to Bu Mutia and also Bu Gamala. And we'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere. Still on Buddy Talk.
Thank you.
Hey buddy, back again with me, Hans Lange on Body Talk. We're still here at the private residence of Indonesia's founding father, one of Indonesia's founding father, Muhammad Hatta, and I'm now here joined by the two daughters, Bu Mutia and also Bu Gamala. We heard about the story of how Bung Hatta did not really want to use any government officials, either car or properties or facilities for his own benefit. That also include the family. Have you ever wondered why he acted in such a way, in such modesty?
Well, because everything had its rule, even until now. Everything will be treated, used, or manipulated. Many things according to the rules. Yeah, so when it is a letter or envelope with the name of the Consulate General, so it means that it is a government property. So we should not use it for a private.
That belongs
Yes.
to the people of
Yeah,
Indonesia.
yeah.
But as your father was the vice president, did you never said to him about we could have had anything probably more comfortable than what we had now? Did you ever say that?
Not really, because as far as I know, father is already like that. His attitude is already to be honest, to maintain the dignity by himself, and also the family should follow that. And even my mother and the children are also obeying what he has put step forward. And we do not want to disregard his his points of view. So we have to follow what kind of things that people will say that's good. So my father said, as a leader, you should be the teladan, the
Example.
For the people.
Role model.
The role model.
To role
like
model
that.
for people
Yeah.
to look up to.
Yeah.
And this kind of way of life, being modest and also being simple, is not really portrayed nowadays, currently in the modern world, in the year of 2022. So actually I have this one video that I want to show you. This is actually from YouTube, Indonesian YouTuber. So in this video, he is flexing the sport car. If I'm mistaken, it's from certain brand, even I don't know if it was Porsche or Lamborghini. And also I have another one.
Private plane.
It's private jet.
And then money all scattered around.
Yeah.
So sadly, this kind of lifestyle, it is a phenomenon in Indonesia for the current era.
Yeah.
For current era. What would Bung Hatta think about this?
Well,
As far as you know your father.
yes. First of all, he said that it's wrong. He is not like that. But I think now, after so many years that I saw many things had happened, what my father taught us about how to behave as a person or as a government official.
Bu Gemala, looking at this current condition of Indonesia's economy and also how the systems is being done, rolled, we know that Bung Hatta was the father of cooperative society, Indonesian cooperative society. How do you see the principles of Bung Hatta with the cooperative society and the nowadays economy? Is it like get along side by side or being done differently or so far from what he thought?
At that time, Bung Hatta during in 1948, 49, well, it was in his time to be the Cabinet Hatta, and then he has like a memo that it should not be such a wide range. I
What
cannot
range of gap?
remember. I cannot remember what's the range, but it cannot be 3,000 times. That's very ridiculous to me, because and if you see present day that there are so many luxury things in the malls, that's okay for people who can buy, but do not push yourself to buy that, and in order to get that,
To be in a certain
corrupted.
lifestyle.
Yeah, and then
do
to
not
be,
push yourself.
and then corrupted. And I do not like also seeing youngster want to be famous and then sometimes borrowing friends luxury things
Yeah,
or just
friends, branded bags, branded shoes.
looks like glittering like
yeah,
that,
like
but
glittering,
it's not
shining, shimmering,
yeah,
splendid.
That is not Bung Hatta's will, because you just live like what you can afford. If you cannot afford that luxury things, do not. Even my mom, he always goes to Pegadaian all the time,
Pawn house.
pawn house to
Pawn house.
to borrow some money, because my father's salary was so low, and then as Matia mentioned also, it's lower than the driver's.
Than the driver. But also Bung Hatta created a book called Gerakan Vokasi dan Perekonomian Rakyat, or in English translated as Vocational Movement and People's Economy. What should we learn from this kind of movement?
Actually, the principle is we decide together, we work together, and for us and for the people.
So it's from us to
Yeah.
us for
Yes.
our own benefit and our own well-being.
Yes, yes, and also this is it contains we call it in Indonesian proverb asah asih asuh.
Asah asih asih.
Yeah, it
yes.
means that we have to teach everybody what we are doing, and we also do it by our together with love to each other, and then we train the one who could not accept. To teach somebody who cannot get
afford
it fast.
that. Okay, so
fast.
sounds like socialism to me.
Yeah, yeah. So it is also in the Pancasila. Pancasila, togetherness, musyawarah, mufakat, and
dan keadilan
Justice.
sosial
Justice.
bagi seluruh
Yeah.
seluruh rakyat
Yeah.
Indonesia.
The one who is backward with the information, he is trained, but he is not being left by the
out.
group.
Yeah. Okay, so from this conversation also we learned that how Bung Hatta was actually on the people's side. It's heavy on the needs of the people of Indonesia. It's obvious that he was so selfless. But I have some captures from the news lately, and I want you to see it from your father's point of view. What would he say about this? So, Indonesian inflation by July 2022 forecasted to be 4.5% year on year. So, I also have another news. The price of instant noodle will most likely to be rise 3 times from the current price.
Yes.
So this is obviously not on the people's side.
Yes.
What would your father say about this?
Oh, he didn't like it. I mean, this is against the rules or the principle that we want to build a country, freedom country. It is actually for the people. We fight for the independence for the people, but we didn't do anything sufficient to obtain to gain what we planned. So this is wrong.
And
This is
far
wrong.
from prosperity, far away from prosperity. That's like that.
It is also we can see from that we should not actually we cannot fulfill what Bung Hatta wants, that the people we have to be to make the people of Indonesia become the master in their own country.
Their own country.
Yeah.
To be able to have
To
their own
enjoy,
food security.
Yes, food security, everything, health, and so on.
What would he suggest to the government in this kind of situation?
Well, actually, the Constitution is already put everything, the framework.
Bung Hatta also the founder or the thinker of Pasal 33 Undang-Undang Dasar 45 or the Pasal
34.
33 decree of the National Undang-Undang Dasar, National Law.
National.
Pasal 33 UUD 45.
Yeah, 33 is for economic system,
Yes.
34 is for the benefit of the people.
Benefit.
So it should be
Yeah.
obeyed. It should be obeyed. Now it has been disregarded too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and actually the current government should go back to that principles.
Yes.
And I also see that Bung Hatta had lots of books, and he was an econom. He was an educator because he taught in several universities, and also he wrote books.
Yes.
I'm sure that he might have had more than the books that we know here. Where are the books?
Library.
The other
Our
library. Can
Would
we?
you like to come?
Yes, please. Can we go there?
Yes.
Can? All right. So, buddy, don't go anywhere. We will see the collections of books of Bung Hatta. Tens of thousands of them. So don't go anywhere.
8.000.
Silakan Bu, after you, please.
Thank you.
So this is the library.
Yes, it is.
So Bung Hatta had 10,000 of books, I can assume. Wow.
And some of them still in Gajah Mada
University.
Hatta Center at the Library of the University of Gajah Mada.
Wow. Hey, buddy, back with me, Hans Lango, and also two daughters of Bung Hatta. We are now currently in the
Jakarta.
library, the private library of Bung Hatta, and as you can tell from my face, I am flabbergasted. This collections, I can tell you, I kid you not, I could read for 10 years and not completing all this. Wow. And probably I can see that the pretty lady at the end of the table.
My sister Halida.
Hello, Ibu Halida, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Wow. So these are the books of
Yes.
Bung Hatta.
Not all.
Not all.
Some
This
are
is-
in Megamendung as well.
Some are in Megamendung. I heard this story about Bung Hatta's will regarding the books. He wanted the book to be donated, but you refused.
He especially talked to the eldest one.
No, not to donate, to sell the book.
To sell the book?
Yeah, so I said we can live by our own. We try to live with our own. But the most important thing is this book is one of the identity of our father.
Of Bung Hatta.
Yeah, of Bung Hatta. So it will always here.
So, buddy, if you want to know how old these books are, you can not only tell by the colors of the book, but also you can see the lamp on the ceiling. These are really ancient. So this dates back from, I don't know when.
1950s.
1950s even. But among these thousands of books, or probably, if not all, would he know if one is missing?
Actually, when he was alive, the books were very much in order, and he didn't want to put label on each book. That's why he really knew every book.
He remembered.
Every book.
Yes. The shelf, it has the philosophy over there, and then the communism here, and then the new Asian countries or new countries in Asian continent here, and then about the monetary here, financial and monetary here, and over there is the United States and United Kingdom, Iran is there, and so he knew every place. And actually there at the rear is
children.
it is the shelf for children, but now it is changed.
Did he oblige you all to read books?
Not obliged, but he encouraged.
Encourage?
Yeah.
He did not even force?
No, he encouraged because he gave a very variety of books and very attractive.
Attractive books.
Attractive.
Hans
yes.
and Gretel also there.
My name would be
Hans
there as
und
well.
Gretel.
Hans und Gretel.
Now Hans und Gretel is in Megamendung.
Oh, Hans und Gretel and Megamendung.
Yeah,
Hans
yeah.
Lango is here with you. So, now we want to play some games. We have here, each of you will have 3 names
Okay.
of the daughters of Bung Hatta, which are your names.
Okay.
So I will give some questions, and any name closely and mostly related to the answer of the question, you can raise the name.
Okay.
You can raise the name.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one, who would most likely to sulk?
Semua ya nama.
Can you please point to the names? So according to Bu Halida, Bu Gemala, even Bu Mutia said her own name, and tiga-tiganya, all three of them. Okay, all right. So the second question: who is the most excel in math?
Oh. I don't know.
You can actually raise your name if you want to. All right, so Bu Gemala is the one with the most prowess in math.
Not really.
Okay, among 3 of you, who is the most suitable to be a politician? Halida.
Most suitable.
Mutia.
Depend on does she want it or not?
Okay. So apparently we have 2 versus 1. Why is that?
Well, actually, I don't like politics because I
Because
like.
she studied in politics as
Yeah,
well.
she
because
did.
I'm an.
She's a
I'm
master
teaching.
in politics.
No,
So
international
education.
relations.
Oh, we're actually from the same major. Yes.
Social sciences.
Social science. That's right. So
I like teaching.
you like teaching, but you don't like politics.
No.
But you were a minister.
Yeah, but I can do politics, but I don't like it.
You'd rather not to.
Yeah.
You'd rather.
If I have to choose.
You have to choose. You'd rather teach.
Yeah.
And why would you think Ibu Halida is the most suitable to be a politician?
Yeah, because she can speak more fluently than us.
Okay. But August is our Independence Day. As we all know, we would always remember Bung Hatta, his fight towards independence, and I have some recordings, some videos about comments from prominent public figures nowadays, the current public figures, regarding the meaning of independence, and I want you to see this so that you might know what would be the meaning of independence for them.
Independence or freedom actually means knowing exactly who you are and the power that you have to make a difference in this world. And that when you are living more than just for yourself, that's when you realize true freedom and independence.
Merdeka menurut saya itu ketika kita bisa hidup tanpa rasa takut.
Kenapa tuh gitu?
Ya kalau hidup sudah diliputi rasa takut, berarti kita sudah penuh dengan segala keterbatasan ya. Berarti tidak merdeka dong. Filosofis ya. Soalnya saya.
Kalau dulu merdeka itu pertumpahan darah merebut kemerdekaan Indonesia. Kalau sekarang kita juga harus tetap mempertahankan kemerdekaan itu dengan berpikir yang baik, mengucap yang baik, dan punya cita-cita yang baik untuk negara Indonesia tercinta indang saya. Merdeka.
Good.
So, yeah, did you agree?
I do agree. And also,
Also, Debbie is
one
very
must
good.
put his or her heart into the people's life.
So, talking about Indonesian independence celebrations, when during the break we were talking about how usually the family of Muhammad Hatta will be busy with all the events approaching the Independence Day celebration of Indonesia. What was actually the tradition? Do you have any tradition?
Yes.
What was it?
The palace.
Normally, one day before the Independence Day, we used to have to walking march.
If I'm mistaken, you were actually in the what you call it, the flag hoisting squad.
Oh yes.
When was that?
Paskibraka. It
Yeah.
was when I was 7 and 54.
1954.
7, 8, and 9
7
years
8, and
old.
9.
Yeah,
Oh,
3 times.
3 times.
Yes.
So it was in the Merdeka Palace.
Yes, always there.
Always in Merdeka
Yeah.
Palace.
I stood beside my father, and Megawati beside her father.
So flag hoisting squad along with Ibu Megawati.
Yeah, because we are in the same age.
You're in the same age.
Yes.
So how close were you with the family of Sukarno?
Sometimes Mas Tok called me up because
So that's mean Guntur.
yeah. And then also the last time Mas Guru had a fashion show and I was invited. And then
Especially.
well, there was no not necessarily it was specific time, but once Mas Tok had something in mind, he called me up.
So I know that I heard about how your parents met, but I never really confirmed about it. Was it really Bung Karno the matchmaker of your parents?
Yes,
Yes.
very true.
How did that happen?
Well, like that at the time, my mother's parents were very close with Bung Karno.
Yeah.
So they live in Bandung, and my mother was born in Bandung. My mother's father came from Java, and my mother's mother came from Aceh.
Oh.
And then they work at the transportation,
Stadspoor.
Stadspoor.
and
Stadspoor.
that is
Yeah.
train, because they are working in that office, so they are not allowed to join the party. But they were very enthusiastic with the party.
They were
And also-
nationalists,
Yeah, very
a group of
nationalist.
nationalist people.
And Bung Karno often came to the house to disguise himself.
And notice my
Yeah.
mother was pretty.
No.
It sounds like Bung Karno was relatedly tied with your
People.
dad and also with your family. But I heard there was frictions. Did that affect your relationship with the family?
When father was private citizen, resigned from the vice presidency, normally by the regulation, there was no more like the protocol is that not as easy as knock at the door and then to meet.
Yeah, to meet people.
So that there should be the bureaucracy. Yeah, but heart to heart is actually they don't lie to each other. Although Bung Karno may say something, but then at the end he always relied on Bung Hatta. For example, like the marriage of his son, he didn't ask other friends, other close friends,
Only Bung Hatta.
but he wanted Bung Hatta to be the witness of the marriage of his eldest son.
Wow, that's looks
And
so
Ibu
beautiful.
Fatmawati frequently came to this house because he's close to my father. So
Just to visit.
Yeah, Ibu Fatmawati sometimes brought something from home, sometimes some cook.
Homemade
Homemade.
sayur pakis.
Yeah, and
Homemade sayur pakis.
Yes.
I love
and
that.
when my father was at the hospital, she came to the hospital, and then she massaged my father's foot.
Little did we know that Bung Hatta, Bung Karno, or whoever that we look up to, the founding fathers of Indonesia, sounds like a regular human being like us too. Like us too. So we will know more about Bung Hatta and also the values that he shared with the daughters and also the family right after this. Don't go anywhere, buddy. I'll see you after this. So, buddy, apparently there's a favorite song of Bung Hatta, which called Indonesia Pusaka. So it sounds like Indonesia tanah air peta, pusaka abadi nan jaya. So that was a song. But other than favorite song, I'm sure we're actually here at the dining table of Bung Hatta with all the daughters, of course. We're also talking about favorite food. What were the favorite food of your late father?
It's basically plant-based.
Plant-based.
There's you can see there daun singkong,
Oh, there in the middle.
Yeah.
Cassava leaf.
cassava leaf with the candle nut. Usually people make it with the coconut milk, but it's a substitute with the candle nut.
So what else?
Tempe goreng,
Tempe goreng.
fried soybean cake,
fried tempe,
yeah.
fried tempe.
And this, of course, because he came from West Sumatra.
Yeah.
This is the rendang ayam.
And buddy, apparently we have several types of rendang on this table. So Bu Halida just pointed out we have rendang ayam
And then liver rendang
liver rendang. So this is
And-
rendang ati as we call it in Indonesian.
and beef meat rendang.
Beef meat rendang.
And don't forget, Bung Hatta was exiled for 6 years in Banda Neira.
Yeah.
And so this is the sukun. It's a special fruit that
From
is
Maluku.
from Maluku. Maluku is very famous for its sukun.
I just knew that Bung Hatta was very concerned about the healthy food, and also from what you've mentioned, he was also into plant-based food.
And there's another one, pare.
Pare.
Yeah, but
Or
it's
as
also
in
the-
English we call it bitter gourd.
Yeah.
bitter gourd.
Because he got malaria when he was in
In
Bukittinggi.
Maluku. Oh, Bukittinggi in Papua.
He almost died at that time. So he left Pari after that.
Okay, shall we start? I'm gonna help you with the
That's
rice.
the rice is from West Sumatra.
Oh, it's
It's a special one.
So I heard about this story of none of the daughter was able to wear pajamas around the dining table.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Not even the daughter, but also the parents.
So everyone
During Ramadan also.
during Ramadan.
He dressed very well. Just with kemeja, with the shirt,
Yep.
and then not with sarung.
Yep.
But when he went home from the mosque, sometimes he wore always with sarung. But at the dining table, it's always with trouser.
What was actually the topic at the dining table when your parents was with you?
Everything.
Everything
Yeah.
happened at that day. Like, you can talk about school, you can talk about
Friends.
the teachers,
About movie.
movie.
What is in Megaria at that time? In Metropole.
Metropole was the first
Yeah.
theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how would you describe the closeness between the daughters and the parents back in the time?
We were close, but we were also formal in the family. We cannot really play roughly with the parents.
I see.
I think from in a natural way, when we go to public,
Yeah.
we would see how people treat our parents. And so we also try to behave formal to parents, and we don't make them busy because of our uncontrollable attitude. So we
As
really
children.
be careful. Yes.
I see.
So at school, my friends ask me, "Why are you so formal to your parents?" They ask me like that. That's our way. Yeah.
So each household has its own
Rules.
cultures.
And my
rules.
mother is very disciplined because we have to eat properly. Is it okay, the food?
It's lovely. It's lovely. We were also talking about how Bung Hatta was able to speak in various language, but there was this one story mentioning that Bung Hatta obliged all the daughters to speak in Indonesian, and you could not speak in any other language other than Indonesian. Was that true?
At school, we learn other languages, but at home, we just speak Indonesian language.
We have to be able to speak good Indonesian, standard Indonesian, but we can also talk about, well, today we understand some of the prokem that time.
Bahasa prokem.
Bahasa prokem.
Oh, bahasa
but now it's
prokem. Really?
developing now. I think we could not.
Enggak.
Tidak boleh.
Yeah.
Should be
Oh.
tidak.
Tidak even is formal, but sometimes we talk about funny things that we can say. Enggak.
But I also asked this to Bu Gamala during the break. How was it being the daughters of one of Indonesian proclamator? Did you have any privilege as the daughters of Vice President of Indonesia back at that time?
When I was kid, I went to school. Bung Hatta was already a private citizen, so no longer as vice president. And we had opportunities to go to the regions. For example, a governor from a certain region invited us, family, to visit the region. And there we could see that people really gave very good welcome to our parents, to Bung Hatta, with the speeches that he had to deliver. It was kind of like not proud, but happy and then privilege in that sense. But it is not the privilege like to get
all the
luxurious things. That's not. Yeah.
At your time, Bung Hatta was already a private citizen, but during
Still.
Your time, when you were born and probably when you went to school, Bung Hatta was still vice president.
One time, people also asked me, how do you feel to be the vice president daughter? And then I didn't feel anything, because since I was born, it's already like that. My father has secretaries and my father has staff, and I live in this house. But then I realized when people greeted my father, and especially during weekdays, sometimes my father and you walking, and then I use my small bicycle, and then he walked next to me, and whenever we pass in Jalan Diponegoro, people always greeted us. And then I felt that my father is just like an ordinary father. And if he walk at the mountain, at the hills, and then I always climb in his shoulder. And one time I was happy like that, and then we felt poop, and then we landed in the bush, and then somebody behind us, the bodyguards, and then help us. Are you okay? And the first thing my father asked, "Are you okay, Gemala?" Yes, I'm okay. Not crying.
Probably Bu Mutia, as the eldest sister, among three sisters, was there any certain special responsibility that you bear, which was taught by your late parents?
Well, actually, since I remember being a kid, there was always rules how to dress. In our education is how we have to greet people, and we also got special attention. It means that we learn how to be dignified. Yeah, and we have to preserve that dignity, because we were Hatta's daughter, and we didn't have enough dresses, like when he got the pension. Nobody knows how much is the pension for a vice president. And so the salary of my driver, our father's driver, is higher than my father's pension. So he had to write down to write many books, and he got the
royalty
income, royalty.
That's
from
the
there.
cruelty during
politics. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I have three
sets of clothes.
And
Starting from Thursday,
Thursday,
you go back to Monday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we have same day. Like Monday and Thursday is the same.
This is
dress.
same.
Then suddenly I got a new one, a new dress, and the driver didn't recognize me. Oh, you are here already, because you dressed differently. You have a different
Tuesday dress.
Yes, right. It was funny when we remember now, but at that time, well, I accept that, because at that time it was very difficult for everybody. Yeah, and my father never taught us to be materialistic. We just use what we can, and
Being modest.
we are being modest.
Matthias clothes comes to me, and then after that going to
Really?
If it is even shoes,
Already.
even school books.
Even
Shoes and school books.
Okay, so we've come to the end of the show, and from this conversation, only at this dining table, we learn a lot of the value that Bung Hatta gave as legacy to us. Just from this dining table, we learn how Bhinneka Tunggal Ika is being enforced. We see rendang from West Sumatra, tempe nationally consumed. We have sukun, even two types of sukun. Sukun from West Sumatra, and also the original sukun from Maluku, which was really good. you have to try. I urge you, you have to try the sukun with the jam. I love it. I love it. And also, before we go, I would love to give some things that you might have enjoyed as the remembrance of the exile period of Bung Hatta in Maluku. I have kue sarang semut.
Oh, thank you.
So this is kue sarang semut. Please, Ibu Gemala, take this for me. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, we can see the cooperation between the sisters. We can see that. And also, we brought sirup pala over there, and also we have kue lontar, and I hope you can enjoy it. And come again to my lounge, and do not forget to see you next time, and do not forget to tune in to Buddy Talk. See ya, buddy. Au revoir.